Okay, so the results of Terrence Crawford negative PED and drug test gets posted. It's not even something that he really even needed to do. I just find it funny, and a lot of guys could, post their results just to be on the up and up and be on the clean side of things. It'll cut down a lot of controversy or anybody trying to say anything about him. But as you know, this PED accusation is not real. As far as the Canelo Alvarez fan base side of things, you know where that comes from. They'll discredit anybody for any reason. But the true problem where this stems from some, notice I said some, because y'all be getting on my ass, some black content creators, and we know exactly who they are. This is a narrative that's mostly pushed and aggressively pushed by some black content creators out there, and we already know who they are, and we already know what they are. But it's just amazing when I look at these dudes that they don't apply the same pressure to a non-black fighter. The biggest example that you could ever see is the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua back and forth, scramble. Meaning, as long as Deontay Wilder was looking down the barrel of an Anthony Joshua, these same platforms is doing the same thing to Terrence Crawford. They went out of their entire way to trash Anthony Joshua, to try to make sure that they destroyed his reputation, to try to call him a coward. They did such a job that this is the reason why Anthony Joshua ended up coming to America. And I said, I had to give them credit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that they purely pulled off of the smear job that they was doing on Anthony Joshua on the internet. I mean, to this day, I haven't seen nothing like that assembled against any athlete, But they went at Anthony Joshua hard as hell, bro. Hard as hell. When the Tyson Fury fight came around and the so-called floppy glove and stuff was around, one glaring thing that you're going to notice, they didn't go at Tyson Fury like they went at Anthony Joshua. That's a fact. And that should be a blackout on everybody who participated in that. You guys didn't go at Tyson Fury for cheating Deontay Wilder the way you went at Anthony Joshua for supposedly not giving him an opportunity. This is the problem. This is why I can't fuck with most ninjas. Well, I don't mess with no ninjas, actually. I don't mess with none of y'all. But this is the typical shit. Now, we have Terrence Crawford. Look at the energy they put in and tried to destroy Terrence Crawford when they could have put that energy into exposing somebody like Ryan Garcia. These dudes is coons to the highest degree. I mean, this is literally dead weight with that we need to cut off our tree. I am dead serious with this. Look how hard they drilling Terrence Bud Crawford. All right. Versus what they did to Ryan Garcia. I'm not talking about Mexican, Latino fans. I'm not talking about American white fans. I'm just asking you to observe the black. That's it. This shit is incredible. And to add on top of that, people have already called Fanny Nanny out for being a broken-hearted Errol Spence Rainbow Coalition fanboy. Caught this fool in a straight contradiction.
Listen to you, that means you're influential. I know for sure Turkey Al-Sheikh listens to me because Turkey Al-Sheikh is the one behind that spit bucket shit. I made these niggas so mad that they went and got Spit Bucket Podcast to try to debate me about what I said. And they did the usual bullshit by trying to claim that I was a hypocrite. And no, I was not a hypocrite. And no, I was not a hypocrite.
Errol Spence Jr. in speculation that he is on performance-enhancing drugs because of the way his chest looks, to me, is absolutely, positively ridiculous. Is it possible that Errol Spence Jr. is on performance-enhancing drugs? Yes, it is possible. But you do not know if they are until they test positive.
I don't care what you people say about Terrence Crawford for the rest of his career. In my opinion, that dude is a juice monster. The dude looks like Hulk fucking Hogan. Nigga, get off that shit before it kills you. You got arrow with it? Cool. Stop doing the shit. You're overdoing it, bro. Don't nobody believe this shit. Jumping the ropes with weights on your vest? Fuck off, Terrence Crawford. I don't believe shit about your career.
So if that don't prove that this dude right here is full of shit, and people like him, I'm telling you, they irritate the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because this non-athletic motherfucker always has something to say about people that he couldn't stand next to on his best day. But yet he's talking about Errol Spence. It's preposterous that Errol Spence is on steroids. Errol Spence, I mean, let's just be honest. Errol Spence has a record of not signing up for testing. A lot of them do over there. You know what I'm saying? He has more signs of taking PEDs than Terrence Bud Crawford. This is the same thing they came up with when he whooped his ass. But Errol Spence was breaking bones. Errol Spence was hitting so hard. Y'all wasn't worried about Crawford. And at the end of the day, they become a victim of being a fanboy and not a fan of boxing. Because if they're a fan of boxing, they wouldn't put all their eggs in the Errol Spence because they don't know enough about the sport to know that, oh, this guy is more seasoned. He has more skills. You know what I'm saying? This guy has more grit. They'd be able to tell that. But they don't care nothing about that. This is what I'm talking about. And some of you, I guess, Gen Xers and boomers, because I got a lot of people that's late 40s, 50s, and even 60s on my channel. And I'm very proud of that, by the way. But some of you guys maybe don't like it when I say the older black men hate on the youth. If that is not you, then you shouldn't feel like anything. If that is not you. But this is what I'm talking about. These ninjas are just haters, bro. And they're haters of their own. Like, it's a sickness we got in this culture. The level of disdain that y'all have for each other, it doesn't even make no sense. Can somebody please tell me why Fanny Nanny is going so hard in the paint? Besides probably getting paid off or whatever and whatnot. I mean, hell, you know what? I could even say, even Show Biscuits don't be this damn biased and delusional at the end of the day. And he's the worst of the worst. This is that old self-hating Negro, jealous because somebody get money, jealous because somebody doing better than him. He's an underachiever. He's a critic, somebody who only talks about people who do things that he could never do in his life. I've seen 1,000 of these guys in my lifetime. Okay? They could even have more than you and they still hating because that's naturally what's in them. Because this and people like this is the biggest example of some Stockholm syndrome, slave mentality, nigga mentality type of person. This is what a nigga is. You looking dead at it. I don't care how articulate he want to try to make himself. I don't care what accolades he try to throw your way, what words he use and how he talks. This is what you call a nigga. And if you don't know what a nigga is a government-made product. That's why you never call yourself that. Okay? It's a government-made product. He's designed to do everything that they set out to do when they did Willie Lynch and Jim Crow. He's the example of that. Because still to this day, I don't think there's nobody going as hard as taking credit away from Terrence Crawford than the so-called black fight fan. And this is the other thing that I want to say. With this, you guys got to stop calling people who speak truth or stop calling people who may only speak on black issues as pro-blacks. Fanny Nanny is not a pro-black. If anything, the LDBC has shown you that they're anti-black. To be honest, if they showed you anything, that they're anti-black. So don't be calling people like this pro-black. It's not true. Don't call me pro-black. Y'all call me pro-black. I am not pro-black at all. I'm pro-truth. You know, but I hear people, oh man, you know, whatever, that pro-truth thing. I'm about my people or whatever, whatnot. Now hold on. When I say pro-truth, let me break down to you what I mean by pro-truth. Well, first of all, it's exactly what I say it is. I'm pro-truth. But let me tell you how that aligns with being the blackest man on the planet. Because if I'm pro-truth, I'm on the side of truth. It says your history is the most hidden and cloaked thing about any history on this planet. Being pro-truth by default means you're automatically pro-black without being pro-black. Okay? Because if I said the original Jews are dark-skinned, if I said that people were already here before Christopher Columbus, if I tell you the original Statue of Liberty is a black woman, I didn't tell no lies. I told all truth. It happens to coincide with the truth of your history. So do you see how automatically being pro-truth will make you pro-black? Because black is the history that's hidden, that's not talked about, that they don't want you to know. So you ain't got to be pro-black, just be pro-truth. You'll automatically run into black, automatically. But stop calling people like this pro-blacks. I don't know how y'all mislabel us like this. Okay? He's nowhere near a pro-black. None. How? The biggest screw jobs he doing is on black folks. So other than that, y'all need to tighten that up and differentiate what we are. Because y'all think anybody that speak truth is somebody that's pro-black or about black this or black. It could just be somebody speaking truth. But isn't it funny how they associate speaking truth with being pro-black? Let me say it again. Isn't it funny how they associate with speaking truth with being pro-black? That's because the true history of this country, of this planet, is brown. It's black. But that's hidden from you because everything is whitewashed. That's the kind of shit we try to get down to in this whole boxing thing. But back to this fool right here. Yeah, this is a nigga right here. This is the type of people that you avoid. These are the type of people that get you kicked off a job if they think you're making too much money. These are the type of people that get you fired if they think a female on the job likes you and don't like them. This is the type of person that probably lives down the street for you and see that new Corvette that you may have bought and pulled up in your driveway or something like that. That's the person that'll call the police on you for any old type of reason. This is the type of dude that'll walk down the street to come talk to you, but he's the main person that dislikes you just to be nosy so he can have some more shit to talk about you behind your back. This is the key essential, bro. When they say old and hating, this is the definition. When you say these old black men be hating on them, this is the definition right here. Okay? Because if there was a situation where Terence Crawford could do something to change his mind, then that would be a great thing. But there is nothing that he could do. And there is no rhyme or reason otherwise he's trying to take so much away from Terence Crawford other than him being a fanboy of Errol Spence. Let me tell you something. No real man is a fanboy. They like you. They admire you. They want you to do good, but they're not a fanboy. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fight with their brother and their girlfriend over you. They're not going to threaten nobody over you. They're not going to try to fight or get into a fight with somebody over you. They're not going to threaten you over the internet and stuff like that. Real men is not going to do that. Real men is not fanboys. We can't be. But anyways, that's this fool exposed. Like, comment, subscribe. Bruce Fan, I'm out.